You walk outside to the front of your house. Your car detects that you're heading towards it, and once near it, automatically opens its door, allowing you to sit not in the driver's seat, but in a comfy lounge area meant for passengers. The self-piloting vehicle then asks about your day and prepares a soundtrack to play depending on how and what you answer with. An imaginative vision like this may have only seemed plausible in highly fictitious stories of the past, but this is a world that young generations of the 21st century may very well have to accept as reality. This topic that so heavily affects us, especially at this unique point in time that we live in, is none other than artificial intelligence. The idea that inanimate objects can be merged with intelligence to simulate or mimic lifelike attributes that the human race carries. Now certainly, such an extraordinary concept such as artificial intelligence, or AI, is sure to bring with it a vast universe of challenges, concerns, debates, and an enormous pool of moral and ethical issues that must be addressed. But before one can penetrate these various, immense, and deeply complex subject matters, it is crucial to identify the roots of human interest and intention with artificial intelligence. It's easy to assume that artificial intelligence must be exclusively a current topic of conversation. After all, the modern day is one that grants the possibility of robotic lifeforms to be taken completely seriously, given our recent explosion in technological growth and understanding. But this assumption is false. The core fundamentals and ideas of AI can be traced back to antiquity. There's a number of famous Greek myths that contain artificial intelligence in its purest and most simple form, a prime example of that being Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion was a Greek sculptor who made a statue carved in the form of a woman that he found so intriguing and beautiful he became romantically obsessed with his creation. He made a wish to Aphrodite that she sent him a lover who resembled his statue. Aphrodite took his wish quite literally and granted his statue life, or artificial intelligence, so he could live a fulfilling and meaningful life with his ivory love interest. Obviously, in these times artificial intelligence was much more of a philosophical idea, rather than a comprehensible, logical concept that was actually achievable. The later, deeper understanding of logic allowed for programmable digital computers, largely guided by the theory of Alan Turing, that all machines have the capability to simulate any conceivable act of mathematical deduction by shuffling through simple symbols such as zeros and ones. Advancements in computer science, paired with the rising interest in the development of artificial intelligence amongst experts in various fields, allowed the progress of AI to flourish within the 21st century. Another contributing factor to the explosive growth in technology is that Moore's law, or the idea that the overall processing power for computers will double every 2 years, has remained true up to the current day. Now that we've discussed the origin of artificial intelligence, we can attempt to tackle the question, what are the long-term goals experts are seeking to accomplish with AI? There is said to be 3 main goals of artificial intelligence. The first being social intelligence, the second being creativity, and the third being general intelligence. The first of the 3 main goals, social intelligence, is a field of research that hones in on the potential ability of artificial intelligence to accurately take on the role of empathy. That is to say that during interaction with a human, the machine is able to detect the emotional state of the person it's interacting with, shifting its behavior in accordance with that of the humans. This particular field is highly interdisciplinary, demanding dedicated research from experts in computer science, psychology, philosophy, and cognitive science, just to name a few. There are 2 pivotal points to address within the field of social intelligence, those being the machine's emotional state and its social skills. The ideal piece of artificial intelligence must be able to predict the actions of others by having a firm grasp on their emotional state. This will ensure that the interaction is emotionally logical, doesn't have weird conflicting feelings coming up in the middle of conversation that don't make sense. On top of this, artificial intelligence should display emotion at all times, even if it does not necessarily feel it. This maintains a deeper connection with the user engaged. The second of these goals, creativity, cues in on how the machine addresses creativity from both a theoretical and practical standpoint. Theoretically, in that the computer should think philosophically and psychologically, and then choose from a practical list of outputs that could be said to be creative. This will allow for the machine to form creation as a direct response to its environment, identical to a human being responding to his or her surroundings. The third and final goal is general intelligence. What is it in the end that scientists envision as the epitome of AI? The vision is that of an all-encompassing being that collects and combines all the possible skills of artificial intelligence and forms a super-intelligent being with the potential to propel far beyond most, if not all, human abilities. Many researchers have faith that one day their current, more field-specific work will be incorporated into one of these super-intelligent beings. Amongst these researchers, some feel that achieving anthropomorphic features will require something like an artificial consciousness or an artificial brain for a project of this scope. These are lofty goals scientists have set their sights on, but with the constant increase in the speed of technological advancement, they are very realistic challenges to be faced ahead and to be taken completely seriously. While science looks promising in its pursuit towards these extremely intricate and sophisticated forms of AI, there lies a wall of ethical debate revealing a number of cautions to be seen before chasing the progression of artificial intelligence so rapidly. If a superbeing is created, it is to assume that it will be capable of technological advancement far superior to that of human beings. This means that the machine may create technologies that we only foresee in our highly distant future, or don't see in our future at all. At this point, the advantages a robot would hold over a human would just be overwhelming. Due to this potentially threatening advantage, it is critical that scientists embed machines with a high standard of ethics and near-perfect morality from the roots of their creation, so that as the artificial intelligence evolves, it carries with it the core beliefs it was born with. Experts with passion for artificial intelligence, who want to push it in the forward-moving direction as quickly as possible, cannot stress enough that the most essential element to having a successful artificially intelligent machine is friendliness. If the robot is built with the wrong intentions from its human creators, the risk then exists that those intentions could be reflected in the robot and wherever its intelligence is duplicated. It is with these cautions that the human race struggles when deciding to accelerate or delay the research behind artificial intelligence. AI is a dear form of technology that humans must nurse with great care and attention. It is of the highest importance to remember that machines are reflections of their creators. It might one day stand true when a scientist has created a robot so lifelike it could downright fool the human into thinking he or she is interacting with an authentic, emotional being. But the machine's seemingly appropriate emotional responses will be derived using the utmost logic it's been built with. This should allow for the recognition that with artificial intelligence, the human race holds in its hands what could be the most miraculous or devastating revolutionary technology ever created.